Hi there everybody and welcome to a very special video. Today I would like to show all of you guys my M1 portfolio because something happened on Friday that I really want to share with all of you guys. And I also want to give you guys a little bit of my backstory, a little bit of how I grew up, where I grew up, just to give all of you guys some hope if you feel that you are stuck in a rut, that you're not making enough money, that you will never get ahead in life. Well, what I'm about to show you guys and somewhat of my upbringing might give you guys some hope in the future for all of you guys, and maybe even your family or your kids. So with that said, let's get started. So on March 25th, 2022, my dividend portfolio has finally reached the $100,000 mark. Now, why is this important and why am I really excited about this? Because this is the first time I have ever seen in my life $100,000 that I actually own. Now obviously guys, majority of this is capital gains, right? $20,000 is capital gains, but nonetheless it's $100,000. It's in my portfolio. This is the first time I've ever seen $100,000. And to give you guys a little bit of history about me, I was actually born in a communist country, Cuba, and well, you guys know communist countries, they're really bad. I grew up in a place that, you know, we didn't have water, we didn't have electricity, and luckily we managed to come here. Me and my mother actually managed to come here into the United States, and even living here we felt so much more wealthy. The fact that we had a fridge filled with food, the fact that we had heat, electricity, all this stuff, it made us feel wealthy, even though for a good 8 years, 7 years of our lives we actually lived in a really small attic. And well, currently I am 26 years old. I'm an engineer. I went to college. I'm an engineer, and I started investing when I was 21. I made a lot of mistakes and lost a whole lot of money. And after finding out this dividend passive income strategy, well, it has turned out to be really amazing. The fact of me going from a communist country, right, where I literally had no water, no electricity, nothing, to coming over here and, you know, being slightly better off. At least the fridge was filled with food and we had electricity, we had running water, but still we did not have the luxuries that we could have if we actually had wealth. And to most people who have this, well, they might feel that they may never get ahead, right? My mom worked at a Burger King pretty much for her whole entire life. She never actually got out of it. And me, on the other hand, I actually became an engineer. Now, me becoming an engineer doesn't necessarily mean that I managed to get, you know, this wealth, right? Because you could make $1 million a year, and yet if you spend it carelessly, then it's as if you don't have $1 million, right? But my point being is that the fact that coming from nothing, and me by the age of 26 having $100,000 in my portfolio right now, really does say a lot. And you know, if I could do it, guys, coming from a communist country, right, communist country where we are persecuted for speaking out against the state, to $100,000 by the age of 26, that says a lot, guys. And my whole point about showing you guys is not to brag, but to give you some hope to those who are probably in a similar situation when it comes to your finances, right? You are 100% able to get ahead. You are 100% able to become wealthy. You just have to play your cards right. Unfortunately, everybody's given a hand at birth, and sometimes and some people are given a better hand than others. However, just because you're given a bad hand doesn't necessarily mean that you can't play your cards right. If you play your cards right, you can 100% become wealthy. Now, that's just a little bit about me and my backstory, and I really wanted to show all of you guys my $100,000 in my portfolio because this is a huge milestone for me. I've never seen this before. I've never have, and I just wanted to share it with all of you guys. Now, I actually want to show all of you guys my positions in my M1 portfolio because I haven't shown this. I mean, I have shown my stocks, how much I have, but I haven't really gone into depth about it. So let's actually begin here with my healthcare pie, currently at $21,784. Capital gains of $5,300, up 113%, with $568 in dividends so far. So you can see, guys, I have AbbVie, which you guys saw my AbbVie video, I am kicking myself over this because my average share price for AbbVie is around $105, and I was seeing this when it was at 80. So you could just see that I am very, very mad about this because unfortunately I knew it was a good company and I didn't buy it not because of the fact that I thought it was going to go up. I didn't buy it because I was actually afraid to buy it because I didn't have the knowledge I do now back then. But nonetheless, AbbVie is my #1 company when it comes to the healthcare sector. Amgen is my second one, currently at 7,222, up 40.5%. Merck, 3,154, up 42%. Pfizer only have $602, up 67%. And Johnson & Johnson, which I'm planning to make a video on Johnson & Johnson really soon, $363 invested, up 37%. Now let's take a look at my energy pie. Guys, this is by far my best position thus far. As you can see right here, $20,708, up $8,864, up a whopping 382%. The amount of dividends this company has paid me is $548. And as you guys can see, I only have one company on here, and that's Chevron. And coming over here, you guys can see that my average share price is $101.24. Current share price, guys, is $169. So again, another company similar to AbbVie that I got really scared of investing when oil prices went negative. Chevron, I believe, went all the way to like $50 or $60, and I was really scared to invest in it. And unfortunately, I wish I wasn't scared because right now Chevron would be paying me so much more money in dividends, and I would be much more significantly up on this company today. Now let's move on to the consumer pie. This pie is by far one of my biggest pies by companies, right? As you can see right here, I have a lot of them. Currently at $14,384, up 733, essentially 734, 13.5%. with amount of dividends being paid out total of around $416. So you can see I have Kimberly-Clark, Smuckers Corporations, Lowe's, Pepsi, Clorox, Leggett & Platt, Coca-Cola, Home Depot, Procter & Gamble, Costco, and Smith & Wesson. But I think I've done pretty much an analysis on all of these companies except for I think Leggett & Platt. But nonetheless, essentially all the companies that I have, and my biggest pie, I really would like to increase my position on Procter & Gamble and Home Depot. And also Lowe's as well, mainly because I honestly think that these companies are really good and solid for the future. But unfortunately right now they are a little bit more expensive as to what I normally would like to pay for. Now let's move on to my REITs, my real estate investment trust. Current value of this pie is $14,147, up $674, which is 15.76%. The amount of dividends that these companies have paid me is $483.24 so far. And the companies that I have here, guys, is actually Vici, which is actually my largest position. They've recently fallen to like I think around $27 to $26, and I've been buying a boatload of these guys because I honestly think that they're going to be awesome into the future for several reasons. Now I'm not going to get into them right now. Current value of Vici is $4,633, down 0.88%. Next we got DLR, the value of $3,000, up 16.16%. Store Capital, a company that I actually really like, and I do plan on investing a lot more into this one if the price falls a little bit more. Current value of $2,938, down 16.22%, which I'm actually really liking because the more this thing comes down, the more my money will buy of this company. And again, my whole strategy is dividend investing. The more shares I buy, the more dividends I get. Next, we got Realty Income, which is by far one of the most important companies. I think every single dividend investor has this company in their portfolio just because they are just so solid. Current value of around $1,900, up 29.33%, which is amazing. And lastly, we got Crown Castle International. Current value of $1,666, up 18.48%. Now let's take a look at the tech pie. By far one of my favorite pies that I like to invest in, and these are the ones that I really want them to drop because oh my god, they're just so juicy. Current value of $10,750, up $2,304, which is about 105.83%. Now, they have paid me around $134 in dividends. The first company that we got is Broadcom. Guys, if you guys have heard me talk about this company, I am in love with this company because of their fundamentals, number one, and number two, they pay a massive dividend of $16 annually per share. I would love to buy this company below $500 as possible, but they're just non-stop going up, and it's kind of annoying that they're not falling. But regardless, I almost have $4,000 of value into this company, up 194%. Next, we got QCOM, a semiconductor company. I think I've done this one in the past as well. Current value of $3,366, up 80.1%. Next, we got Microsoft, a company, guys, that, oh my god, I saw this company when it was at $80. And unfortunately, I did not know what I was doing. At the time, this is when I was 21 and I lost like $1,000 investing, $1,000+ in investing. And now I'm kicking myself because the current value of Microsoft is like $300. My current value for this company is $1,851, up 86.43%. Next, we got Intel. And this is a company, by the way, that I see a divergence when it comes to the price and investor sentiment. I honestly believe this is like a $75, $80 company, yet the price is like $45 to $50. I have invested around $1,534, up 11.74%. Next, we have Apple, and my smallest position mainly because Apple, yeah, they pay a dividend, don't get me wrong, best company on the planet for a reason, right? But again, I just never found them to be a good value to buy. And the only reason why I actually invested in them is because they actually fell a significant amount a couple months ago. So I put in $50 towards it, and its current value is $55.42, up almost 11%. And now I have these two other companies, ADP and Skyworks Solutions. I'm just waiting for them to come down to a reasonable price for me to buy into them. Next, we got the Telecom Pie. I have invested around $8,740, down, guys, $472, which is around 13.5%. This pie has given me about $328. Now, so you guys can see, my only company here is Verizon. I actually used to have AT&T as well. However, after they talked about spinning off their HBO and mainly focusing on telecom, well, I essentially just got out of them, which is probably what is this drop right here, as you can see on my graph. Now, does that mean that I think AT&T is bad? No, I just need them to go through what they're going through now, and then I'm going to reassess them to see what price I would buy them again. But nonetheless, Verizon has been a whopping king when it comes to dividends. They have been paying me so many dividends within the past several months, and even if they are down, I just see this as a great opportunity to buy some more and increase my dividend yield. Next, let's move on to the utilities pie. Current value of $3,900, up $680, which is 38.34%. This pie has paid me around $140 so far. So you can see, guys, utilities is just one of those sectors that is very, very secure, right? It's one of the I think it's the most defensive sector out there, because most of these companies, actually all of these companies, are monopolies because they are regulated by the government. So they're a little bit safer, and this is just one of those things that, as you can see, I don't have that much money invested in this pie, mainly because, again, I haven't found a good price to buy them at. I would love to buy them at a great price. However, I just do not think that currently they are at a good, valuable price. Next, let's look at the industrials pie. Current value of $3,365. Up $631.22, which is around 69.56%. This pie, guys, has paid me around $66.42. Now, as you guys can see, I have Lockheed Martin, 3M, Waste Management, and I would love to buy into Union Pacific. Again, the fact that I have not found a good buy-in point because I just think of them too expensive. Now, as you can see right here, current value of Lockheed Martin is $1,800, up 96.59%. Unfortunately, I was not buying them when they were at like 340. I know one of the guys that I like to watch, Investing Sensei, he was buying a ton of it. I think about to the point where he has gotten around 30 shares, which is just crazy to think about. So he's probably even higher than me. But nonetheless, Lockheed Martin is one of my biggest positions in the industrials pie. Next, 3M. 3M is a company that actually really took me a long time to invest in it because I didn't understand conglomerates. However, when they fell down to like the current price of $140 or so, $150, I just decided, you know what? I'm gonna buy it because I honestly think it's really, really good. The current value is around $1,150, down 9.96%. And lastly, Waste Management, a boring company which I love. They pick up trash. Current value of $411, up 55.37%. Now let's take a look at the financials pie. Current value $1,518, up $1,001, 93.59%. This pie, guys, has paid me $91.58 so far. Now, the companies in here are Aflac, which is another company that I really put in a lot of money into a lot. JP Morgan, Visa, and MasterCard. MasterCard is, again, a company that I just cannot find a good buy-in point yet. But nonetheless, Aflac, the current value is $743.88, which is up 94.1%. JP Morgan, $737, up 64.3%. Visa, $36.95, 42.41%. And MasterCard, I have nothing invested in MasterCard. Hopefully one day, if it falls, I'll be buying MasterCard. And lastly, guys, we got the material sector. Current value of $905.27, which is up $61.56, which is around 10.3%. The amount of dividends that they have paid me is $67.62. You can see I only have two positions, APD and Rio Tinto. APD, the current value is $563, down 18.56%. And Rio Tinto, I have $342.05, up 133.27%. And by the way, guys, I still think that the mining sector is still very much undervalued, so this might even go up, and I'm half tempted to put in some more money into Rio Tinto and even add Vale into here as well. And all of these companies that I have on M1 Finance are currently paying me almost $3,500 in dividends every single year. And if we actually come over here, we can actually see that the amount of dividends being paid out is actually increasing every single month, year over year. And this is essentially my type of strategy that I like to invest in. This is why I like to do stock analysis videos, because I want to buy the most for the least amount, right? I want my $100 to buy me 1.1 shares instead of 0.9 shares. I don't want to buy a company that's overvalued and I get less dividends in return. I want to buy companies that have divergence when it comes to their stock price and their fundamentals. But that pretty much does it for this video, guys. I just wanted to show all of you the fact that I reached $100,000 in my dividend passive income portfolio, and I just wanted to give you, all of you guys, just a ray of hope, I guess you could say, some hope that, you know, if you're going through some tough times right now, financially or anything else, you can 100% do it if you play your cards right. I mean, again, communist country, came here, had nothing, $100,000 portfolio, right? It is 100% doable. You just have to commit to doing something and don't expect returns overnight. That pretty much does it for this video, guys. Like if you like, comment, subscribe. It really does help with the algorithm on YouTube. Follow me on my new tech sites at BitChute, Odyssey, and Rumble, where in addition to my stock analysis videos and crypto videos, you'll find exclusives as well. I have a Let's Play channel, link in the description, called Fatal Plays. Currently starting to play, guys, Sonic Unleashed, so if you want to see that, make sure you follow me there. With that said, peace out, and be on the lookout for the next video.